Hi everybody, the Fotoplayer is finally complete. So I just wanted to do a video demonstrating, all of its features and the sounds that it can make. So starting with the pull cords, some of these, if you've seen the previous video, you're familiar with what's in the bass cabinet, but I'll just go over it all quickly. You have the jingle bells. Those are, if you want to see them, they're up in there.
I don't think you can see them.
And then right here you have the tom-tom. You have the jazz bass, which is the other side of the bass drum. You have the regular bass drum with the big beater. You've got the cymbal. And then moving over here, right here you have the Chinese gong, or crash cymbal, Chinese cymbal. Then you have a bell that can be used as a trolley bell, a boxing bell, a fire bell. Then you have what they call the cathedral chime. Great for imitating clocks chiming. Then you have the wind siren. And then the bird whistle. And two additional sound effects available are the doorbell and the klaxon horn. So those are all the hand pulls, which I believe are unique to the American Fotoplayer. I don't think any other Fotoplayer has actual pull cords that you use. And they do allow you to add a lot of expression, just by how much force you use. Okay, then we have a bunch of pneumatic percussions. We have two pedals. This does bass and cymbal over here. This is your snare drum roll over here. In case your hands are busy, you can use the foot pedals. And then you have these telegraph keys. I have a little cheat sheet here to remember what does what. There's your wood block, cowbell, which is reiterating, tambourine, also reiterating, triangle, castanets are also over here. Then you have snare drum tap. Snare drum roll is also available up here. And then you have what they call the snare jazz, which is this big flat stick with a big pneumatic that shuts very quickly and smacks the head of the drum really loud. So that's, I'm sure there are, you could use it for surprise things or people knocking on the door loudly or whatever. And then in regards to reed and pipe voices, I'll just sort of, before I go there, let me just mention, the piano has a loudness regulator here, so the more you push this lever to the left, it goes softer. It just changes the vacuum going to the player stack. You've got a soft treble, soft bass, and then a manual sustain pedal over here. Then in addition to these controls for the piano, you also have a muffler. So the muffler quiets the piano down significantly so that you can hear pipes or reeds over the piano. So starting from the outside and moving in, we have the saxophone stop, which in the treble combines a 16-foot harmonium reed with the stopped flute pipes you see in the very front of that chest. So in the treble, that sounds like this. In the bass, and then moving in, we have the baritone reeds. bassoon, the English horn is the 16-foot reed that's in the treble, and then a regular 8-foot reed in the bass. The muted horn and musette, that is also an 8-foot reed in the treble, but a 4-foot reed in the bass. I kind of wish they had a 4-foot reed in the treble, but they don't. So you got to deal with what you got. And then of course you have what they call the bass viol, which is the big stopped flute in the bass. That goes down to A. The pipes are a 65 note range from A to C sharp. And then you have 3 ranks of pipes. The concert flute, the Vox Mystica, and then lastly, the rear rank in the treble is the cornet, which is basically an open principal. And it's probably the boldest of the pipes in there. So if you play all 3 of them together, you get, and of course you can add the tremulant. And you have the orchestra bells. And then I will mention, we have this nifty crescendo pedal down here, and it basically adds ranks the more you press the pedal down. My shoes are actually too wide to fit through that opening, but I can just demonstrate by pulling up on the end of it. Hang on, turn everything off. Okay. So it's nice to have that for a quick way to accent a chord and then play soft again. So I think that's a pretty good run through of the capabilities of the instrument. I will also mention we have these knee swells. Of course, I don't have the swell shades on there right now, but they are spring loaded, so they're always shut, and so you have to basically open them when you want to accent one or both of the side cabinets. Only the things inside this box, which are the bird whistle, snare drum, orchestra bells, and the pipes, are under expression. All these other effects are not. Everything in the bass cabinet is behind the swell shade, so everything there is under expression. And I'll tell you, it's tricky. It's no wonder people went to school to learn how to play these things, because they are complicated, and getting a good result takes some practice. But I will attempt to play parts of a few songs just to give you a flavor of what it can do, and hopefully that'll be interesting to you. Thanks.